The war in Ukraine shows no sign of cooling down as waves of drone strikes and deadly attacks continue to hit multiple regions across the country. What was once a conflict defined by frontline battles has increasingly transformed into a war of constant pressure, where no area feels entirely safe from sudden aerial threats. Russian forces have intensified the use of drones as a key component of their strategy, launching repeated attacks designed to overwhelm Ukrainian air defenses. These strikes target not only military positions, but also critical infrastructure, transportation routes, and urban areas, increasing both physical damage and psychological strain on the population. Ukraine has responded by reinforcing air defense systems around key cities and logistical hubs, while adapting its tactics to counter the evolving threat. Interceptions are reported daily, yet the sheer volume of incoming drones has made complete protection nearly impossible. Each successful strike highlights the growing challenge of defending a country under continuous aerial assault. Beyond drones, deadly attacks using missiles and artillery continue to shape the battlefield. Residential areas, energy facilities, and transportation networks have all come under fire, blurring the line between military objectives and civilian impact. The cumulative effect is a conflict that drains resources while testing the endurance of both the armed forces and the civilian population. For Russia, sustained pressure through long-range strikes serves multiple purposes. It degrades Ukraine's infrastructure, forces costly defensive measures, and signals the ability to strike deep beyond the front lines. The strategy reflects a broader shift toward attritional warfare, where weakening the opponent over time becomes as important as territorial control. Ukraine, meanwhile, continues to rely on Western support to sustain its defenses. Advanced air defense systems, intelligence sharing, and financial aid remain critical as Kyiv seeks to maintain resistance. However, the ongoing intensity of attacks underscores how dependent the conflict has become on external assistance and long-term endurance. As drone warfare and deadly strikes become routine, the risk of further escalation remains high. Any expansion in tactics, weapons, or external involvement could rapidly alter the balance of the war, with neither side showing signs of stepping back. The conflict in Ukraine continues to stand as one of the most volatile and dangerous confrontations in the world today. The human costs of the conflict continues to rise as daily attacks disrupt normal life across Ukraine. Air raid sirens, blackouts, and damaged transport networks have become part of everyday reality, reinforcing the sense that this is no longer a temporary crisis but a grinding war of survival. Civilian resilience is tested not just by explosions, but by exhaustion, uncertainty, and the constant expectation of the next strike. On the global stage, the war's persistence is reshaping military thinking far beyond Eastern Europe. Nations are closely studying the effectiveness of drones, air defenses, and long-range strikes, drawing lessons that could influence future conflicts. As Ukraine remains under constant pressure, the battlefield is no longer just a national struggle. It has become a real-time test of modern warfare that the entire world is watching.